Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel of Petroleum from Scratch. I'm Jay Char, and this is Petroleum Data Analytics and Machine Learning playlist. I know it's been a quite long since we have uploaded anything in this playlist, so we are back with our discussions. So in our last video, I think we have discussed about various data structures that Pandas library of Python offers. So basically, we discussed about series and data frame. So in this video, we are going to see how to read CSV files or Excel files, you can say, in by using Pandas and creating the data frames out of that. So basically what happens in real world scenarios, basically the structured data is stored in format of tables. Either these tables will be in like the Excel files that you see, or in the SQL tables like that. So we have to use that structured data for your machine learning algorithms or deep learning training. So how to load them into Python so that you can use that. So for doing that, Pandas comes as a handy tool. So in this video, we are going to see how to read CSV files and how to operate some of the functions. So first of all, we are going to import Pandas as PD. So for going further in this course, we are going to basically use the wall field production data for our practices, so that we kind of have a good hand practice on petroleum data, as it is a petroleum data analytics playlist. So instead of using some other data set, we are going to use wall field production data set at the places where we can use. So for first of all, we have imported Pandas as PD. PD is nothing but the alias that we use for Pandas. Now, what we have to do, we have to load the data. We have to load the CSV file. So for loading the CSV file, there is this function present pd.read. And if you are going to press the tab button after pd.read, here you can see we have various options for reading various formats. There CSV is present, Excel is present, HDF is present, HTML. From HTML pages you can also directly read the data. There is this pickle present. Pickle is basically pickle file. We used to store machine learning models in pickle format. So from that also we can load the data. SQL is present and table is present. So here we are going to use CSV because we have a CSV file. So after that, you have just need to pass the path and name of your CSV file that you want to read. Here I want to read the wall field production data that is saved in my computer as vpd.csv. And now I am directly writing vpd.csv because this CSV file is present in the same directory as that of this Jupyter notebook. But what happens if sometimes you are working, your working Jupyter notebook is in different directory, and your CSV file or any other file is in directory. In that scenario, you have to pass the whole path. For example, if this vpd CSV file is present in my D drive, and inside that D drive I have some petroleum named folder, and inside that this vpd.csv is present. So in that scenario, you have to write the complete path like this. But currently this CSV file is present in the same directory or same folder as that of this Jupyter notebook. So I'm just writing this name of the CSV file. So I just hit shift enter, run this cell. So here you can see your CSV file has been loaded as a data frame by Pandas. Here you can see it is having 15,634 rows and 19 columns. So now let us save this CSV, this data frame, in a variable name df. So, and also if you want to check the type of this df, here you can see Pandas data frame. Okay, so now if you are going to hit df, you can see the whole data frame. So the next function that we can use for this data frame is head function. For example, if I want to see only first 5 rows or first 2 rows instead of a complete data frame, if I just want to get an idea of what are the data that are present, so instead of seeing the whole complete data frame, I just can see the first 5 rows by using df.head. Here you can see the data from the first 5 rows. So basically different things are present: NPD wellbore code, wellbore name, on-stream hours, and all those things, average annular pressure. So these are basically daily data from different wells from the wall field. We will talk it later about this data also. So here, if you are writing df.head, by default it is going to return you 5 rows, first 5 rows. But if you want to see the 2 rows, then you can write df.head and pass 2 as an argument. So here you can see first 2 rows. In a similar way, you can also see first 10 rows. So these are the rows from starting. Now, for example, if you want to see the rows from the last, so then for that scenario you can use df.tail. So it will show you last 5 rows by default. If I'm going to pass 2, 3, so last 3 rows. So this is df.tail and df.head. So here you can see when I'm reading this CSV file, my index column is this thing. My index column is this number of rows that are there starting from 0, 0 to 15633. So if I want to change the index column, I don't want this ID thing as my index column. I want this date production as my index column. So for doing that, for setting your own index column, you can just write the same scenario. Just write pd.read.csv. After that, pass pp.csv. And after that, there is this. If you can click shift and tab, if you press shift and tab, you can see various things that you can pass in this pd.read.csv function. So here you can see this is the file path that I have provided, vpd.csv. After that, there is this separator that we can use, delimiter, header, names, index column is there. So we are going to use this index column. I'm writing index. After that, I am passing the name of the column that I want to use as my index. So I want to use this date PRD as my index. So I just can pass this. And here you can see your index has been changed from this 0 to 15633 to your this date PRD. You can also set the index column as something else. For example, if you want to set this average WST, if you want to set this average WSTP, that is your average wellhead temperature, or maybe it is temperature. 1 second. So you can also do that. So here you can see in this way you can set the index column whatever you want. So basically we use this date PRD as the index column. Why? Because when we are going to use pandas plotting, so we don't need to provide the x-axis as the date. As if I'm going to directly write the df.plot, it will automatically take the index as my x-axis. So in that scenario, it comes very handy. That's why generally I have an habit to take this date PRD or something time or date thing as an index. But again, it is not necessary. But yeah, in some cases there need to be some things that need to be taken as index. So by using this index column, you can use. So also, if you are going to again hit shift and tab, you can see various things that you can pass in this pd.read.csv function. Here you can see use column, index column. You can also read about this in below docstring file that is provided. So depending on the use case, you can use any one of them. So, but we are going to discuss only the main things that are necessary, that are used frequently, so that you have a good command on them. So this was about index column. Now the next thing comes is header. There is again an option of header. Now what is happening here? Here you can see the name of this. Sorry, name is taken. This header is taken as the first row that was present in my CSV file. So first row was NPD wellbore code, date PRD, NPD wellbore name, on-stream hours, and these things. So these things are taken as the header. But what if we don't want this first row as my header, or if you don't want anything as your header, you want to take this first row in the data frame itself. So for doing that, there is this option. You can just write pd.read.csv, vpd.csv, and after that passing none as your none in your header option. So whenever you're going to pass this, here you can see that this date PRD and NPD wellbore code, all these things are now present in your data frame. So sometimes what happens that in your CSV file there is no header present, or there is directly your data is present. And in some other text file, you know that, okay, these are the names of my rows. So for that scenario, you have to take header as none, because you have to take that data from the first row itself in the data frame. So in this way, you can do this. Let us try one more thing. I have never done that. Okay, so I have passed 3. So here you can see the third row. that was present here 9th April 1, it is taken as the header here. So whatever the thing, whatever the number you are going to pass, that row is going to be taken as your header. So if I'm going to pass this as 1, so it will be the first, this 7 April, and if I by default, it is your 0th row, because indexes start from 0 in Python. So this was about header. Now next come the column names. Now, for example, here column names are by default present. These are NPD Velbor code and Velbor name and all those things. But what if you want to provide your own names? So for that scenario, there is this names function names option that is present in your pd.read CSV. Here what we have done, pd.read CSV, vpd.csv. After that, in this names option, we are providing a list of names that we want to provide to the column. So here there are 19 columns, so I have written 19 names for these columns, and when I'm going to hit enter, shift and enter, you can see the columns names has been arrived, A, B, C, D, E, F. You can also change, for example, if I write petroleum from scratch here, so it is your petroleum from scratch data. So in this way, you can also change your names of the columns. So now what will happen if I'm going to reduce it by 1, because 19 columns were present, but if I only provide 18 names, so in that scenario, it will take the first 18 columns and give them a name, and the last one, the index is here, you can see is pending. Let us take 17. So here you can see the first two were left now, and names start from the third one. So in this using this, you can also provide your custom names for the columns for your data frame. Now we have discussed about giving your own names, header and index column. Now let's see skipping rows. For example, there in this data set only, I don't need to have the data for this 9th April. So for doing that, there is this option present again in pd.read CSV. Right, pd.csv. Here is this skip rows present. So in this, just provide a list of the rows that you don't want. So I don't want this third row, 9th April. So here you can see after 7th, 8th, 9th is skipped, and directly you are getting 10th. In a similar way, you can provide a number of rows that you don't want, various rows. So for example, after third, I didn't want the 5th one. Here you cannot see. Just let me hit dot head. So here you can see 9th April is missing. After that, 11th April is missing. Then 13th and 14th are missing because I have provided them. So in this way, you can skip rows. You can also skip the rows that you don't want. So now let's discuss the next thing. After this skip rows, there is this function that is present, that is parse dates. So what will happen in this parse date? So 1 second, let me show before without using parse date. So I'm reading this CSV file. Here you can see this date PRD is present in this format. And if you are going to take the .info of this, we are going to also discuss about this .info. But for now, just check that .info of this provides the D type data structure type of date PRD as object. And when I'm going to use parse date, and I have provided that which column is my dates, this is the 0th column, as the index starts from 0. And here you can see the format has been changed. Initially, it was like 7th April 2014. Now it is in datetime format. And also, if you are going to use .info here, so here you can see your D type has been changed from object to date time. So basically, this date time is pandas format. What it does, it changes your for example, your date is written in string 7th August or something, and time is also mentioned in string, for example, 11:48 AM or PM. So this date time converts all those scenarios into this date time format, so that can be used for date time calculation or anything else. So it is kind of important that if you some date time is present, is some date or these type of formats are present, then convert them into pandas date time format, so that those can be used in further things, in further calculation. So by using these parse dates, one second. So by using these parse dates, we have just converted directly this date PRD into datetime format. Otherwise, there is also this option present, PD dot to datetime. If you can see dot to datetime, here you can write what is my data frame name. It is DF, right? Yeah. So inside that, if I want to pass date PRD, so here your date PRD has been converted into datetime. But yeah, by using these parse dates, you can directly convert them into datetime. So this was about CSV files. In a similar way, you can also read the Excel files. As in Excel and CSV, there are nothing more difference, but only if there are many worksheets, then there is a difference. For example, if this VPD files, VPD is present in my Excel format, then for that scenario, you can directly use pd.read Excel, vpd.xlxx. But currently, we only have the CSV files, so that's why we are not going into that. So this was one scenario. Apart from that, yeah, there is one more thing in this read CSV. For example, let me show you an example. There is this s.csv file that is also present in the same directory. Here you can see that there are something data is present, ID, name, email, amount, and all those things. But these are CSV basically means comma separated files. So what it does, so if you have written some data in text or rich text format, anything, and you have separated those data from commas and you have converted that into CSV, so that basically that will convert your text file into this table type of format. But what if we haven't used the comma? For example, here we are using the comma and dot in that text file. And if I am going to read this pd.read CSV, here you can see the data points are separated by this comma and dot. So and if you are going to see, its shape will be, let us see the shape of this 4x1. Its shape is going to be 4x1, because 4 rows were present and only in one column we have taken all the things. So for solving this scenario, there is this separator SEP is present. SEP function is present. Inside that, you can just pass the delimiter by which your data has been separated in the CSV file. For example, here this command dot. So I'm going to pass separator SEP is equal to this command dot. And when I'm going to read, here you can see your table has been created. And if you are going to see the shape, so its shape is also changed into 4x6. So guys, that's all for this read CSV file. In the next video, in the coming videos, we are also going to see what else we can do after reading your data into this pandas format, data frame format, because there are several options. One of the example was this .info. Then there is also statistical description of the data. And all those things we can see in pandas. Also, the data manipulation part will also come into picture, how to manipulate the data, how to fill the null values, all those things. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye bye. Take care.